what up? We're back in the building. Another sensational Saturday up in this piece, man. Thanks, you guys, so much for checking us out. Another Saturday. Like I said, this is Sensational Saturday. We do this every Saturday, but this time, this is a double hitter. I have my boy here, No Excuse. I'm meeting with him right now, as well as I have someone else later on today. So today's a little different. I'm going to give you guys a double hitter since I missed you guys last Saturday. Sorry about that. I was stuck traveling, so I couldn't do anything about that. But nonetheless, of course, this is your boy, the Solo Traveler, ORD. And again, thanks for checking us out. And I want to let you guys, don't forget to like. Likes are free. Please don't forget to like this show. Like even on the replay, don't forget to like. Also, don't forget to subscribe. If you like the content and everything, just subscribe and share the videos and everything. So definitely help me out, help out the platform. We're continuously growing. So I just want to continue growing and just to spread the information and help out other people who are who are actually interested in traveling and who love to travel. So, and of course, if you guys want to support the channel, you could donate. You can hit me up with a super chat, as well as you could hit me up with a Cash App. So without any further ado, let's jump into this. So the person who I'm about to meet, really good brother. You guys have seen him before on the show. First I gotta drop bombs on that. He's been here before. You guys know him pretty well. So the brother, he's been to 3 different continents, as well as he's been to 13 different cities in Colombia. Representing Colombia. Also, he's been to 11 different cities in Brazil, as well as different cities in the DR. You also see him on the BMT channel. Also, he's been on the Charles Tyler podcast. Drop bombs on that. Also, you see him on Road to Tape. Also, he's been to other countries such as Japan and also been to the Philippines. So he's been all over the globe, man, from Asia, Africa, and of course, right now he's reporting live from Africa. So my good man, I call him my travel brother, real good guy to deal with, got a lot of wealth of knowledge. My good man, No Excuse. Welcome back on the show. Welcome back. Definitely appreciate it.
Oh man, always a pleasure, brother.
Nice. So, right now, I guess right now you're in Africa. Where you at right now?
Right now I'm in Ethiopia, man. This is like my 4th day here.
Nice. So how's the weather out there so far?
Actually, I mean it's not too bad. It's a little mild. I thought it would be a lot colder, but I would say it's kind of like a Medellin right now.
Oh, really? So it's like 80, 85 or so ish per se. Yeah. Nice. Well, thanks so much for hitting me back, letting me know that you wanted to jump on and wanted to do this actual video content with me, because I was like, I definitely got to get you back on, because I enjoy our actual conversations that we have here, and the spread of wealth of knowledge and everything. So and of course, when we did this at the last minute, we finally decided to do this last night. And sorry guys for all the mix up and everything that's going on, but I just wanted to make sure we got everything all set and ready for him to be here. So with that being said, so I know that we wanted to touch on basically what the main subject is, Brazil versus South Africa. So I wanted to see if you want to go in details of that. So since you got out there to Africa, how long was your trip to get out there first off?
Well, I flew Ethiopia Airlines because I visited 2 countries, South Africa first, and now Ethiopia. And the flight from like DC to Ethiopia was it wasn't too bad. It was like, I want to say 11 hours. It was like about 14 hours. And then from Ethiopia to South Africa, that flight was like 6 hours. So
okay, not too bad. So how, like, taking those long distance flights and everything, taking Ethiopia Airline, how was it? Was it comfortable, or was it pretty? Or what would you compare it to? What other airlines that we major airlines that we have?
I mean, Ethiopia Airline, and I was in economy. I mean, the seats, if you're not like in an exit row, like you're not gonna have no leg room. I've flown economy to Brazil like on American, and I mean, like the room space is decent. you
Hmm.
know. But I felt like I was on a Spirit flight, like with the knee space on flying
Uh,
economy. But if you got an aisle seat, if you like in like the front row of the economy, then you okay. But I mean, it was okay. The I had a daytime flight, which is a little harder on the long trips. I prefer evening flights because I could I could sleep during the normal hours I usually sleep, but I
mhm.
couldn't really sleep on that flight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Sorry to hear that because I know that was damn 14 hours, man. For me to do that, I'll have to try to. I don't know what I could do, man. I probably have my Nintendo with me, have several things, trying to keep myself occupied, man. Try to move around the plane and things like that. Man, that's rough. So how long you gonna be out there for this?
Uh, I got like three more days, man. Then I'm actually headed to DR after this, and then I kind of wrap up my travels for I would say for the summer.
Nice, nice, man. Man, you're always doing it big, man. Been traveling around for the past couple of months, man. I gotta get like you, man. Bouncing around
Yes,
like
sir.
that, going all the way to Africa. That's what I'm talking about. I like that stuff.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah. So with that being said, with the well, so far with your trip, what have you noticed as far as being in Africa? Have you noticed anything interesting or
Well, I've definitely noticed distinctions between South Africa and Ethiopia. I'll touch on Ethiopia another time, but I've noticed that I would say for both those countries, um, I would say I didn't get the warm reception as I probably would have expected being a Black American, but a lot of it is because they don't emphasize because a lot really don't know our history. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But like opposed to West Africans, they kind of understand like if when we finally make it to Africa, like that's a big step for us. So they kind of
really?
West Africans kind of understand it's a big step for us, whereas the other ones just kind of like South Africa, Ethiopia, they're a little different from the West African and the slave trade. So they don't really they look at us just like we coming from another African country
Oh,
versus
okay.
these is our lost brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? So that's kind of that was kind of like the reception I got, but the experience I had in South Africa, man, was one of the best.
Nice. You think that some of it is the ignorance of not knowing how far our travel is to get out there, or do you think that they just as far as they look at us and we all look the same just like them, and it's like kind of like, doesn't mean anything?
Yeah, I think they're so caught up into what their lives and their struggles and what they're doing, like they don't really know what's up. Like they don't look at us as like some probably think some people probably think we're originally from the Americas. Like we just black,
Maybe.
you know what I mean. So that some is so detached from just history, they just probably think this is just like okay,
So they're more like nationalists in so many words that they just only think about only have the history of the country and that's all they think about. It ain't nothing of importance of any other nationality in so many words.
right. I mean, when people come from the Caribbean to the United States, we don't look at them like, oh man, these are our distant cousins, man, from former slave. We just look at them as okay, they Jamaicans, Haitian, Trinidadian. We just look at them as just a different ethnicity of being black. You know what I mean? But we don't embrace we don't embrace people like that either. You know what I mean? So it made me kind of realize that in the U.S. You know how people used to give Africans jokes like African booty scratcher and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
a lot of them didn't feel welcome. You know what I mean? So now it's like, damn, like the roles reversed, and like I could kind of understand how people feel like if they don't feel welcome. You know what I mean when they first come, because everybody look up to us, and that's what I talk when talking to a lot of Africans. A lot of people look up to us. They look up to the culture. They look at us as leaders. They look at us as because we're the only people that ain't really scared to like speak up and bark at the white man. Like to them, that's powerful. Like dang, like we like they still not comfortable I mean, challenging, I mean, the white supremacy. So they look up to us, and so it's disappointing both ways when we don't get embraced.
And you talking about those from Ethiopia or from South Africa look up to us, and are you referencing us Americans, or are you talking about another culture or so?
No, I would say all blacks in the diaspora, look up to us. I mean, not like we're better. They just look up to us as to where we are. And I would say African nations in general look up to us. Ethiopians are a little different because they are, um, they have more of an Arab, Middle Eastern culture too. So, um, they don't our influence, cultural influence doesn't have really effect on what they do, but they do recognize we're all Africans though.
Okay, but they do. Well, since you're out there, do you actually see like any of our cultural stuff out there? Do you see like basketball games being played from America or anything like that, or football or NFL football, not soccer?
I mean, culturally, you don't see it too much.
Okay.
What I mean, except the ones that then travel to the U.S. or that can speak really good English. Um, you won't see too much American influence. I can tell you that.
Nice. Yeah, because I was like, so to me, it's kind of sound like South America in so many words that they know of us, but they don't have any information. Like they don't get none of our like TV stations or see none of our influence, in so many words. Which
True.
is actually nice compared to how we know how the American culture is, with the Matrix minded and all that other stuff. So that's actually a good thing, you know.
All right.
So, but yo, man, I've been actually following your actual daily vlogs and everything, and I actually like some of the stuff that you had. One of the things I actually left a comment. I know I'm sure you've seen it of the spot that you were at in South Africa. Let me correct myself there, and it's actually a dope spot. I'm actually trying to look it up so I can pull it up so people can see the video. Sorry that I keep looking away, but I'm trying to find your information here because that spot was actually dope. I think you said that was a one-bedroom. Yeah, you said that was like a one bedroom with and the kitchen looked dope, and I like the living room area.
Oh
Hold
yeah,
on,
they
I was
have
like,
some nice spots out there.
nice. So second Cape down. So I'm actually seeing it here. Here, I'm going to bring this out and share this screen here. So the one I was looking at, what was it at? I'm trying to find it actually. But you actually had it here. I think it's this one right here. Is this one per se?
Let's see, I did. Yeah, probably was the latest one I posted.
This one here?
Durban,
Yeah,
Durban.
right here. All right. Yeah, let me go ahead
Well,
and
yeah.
yeah, I think it's this one right here with the Airbnb. Here, let's jump into this one.
Boy, tired, ready to hit these streets when I get in though. So, let y'all know what it is. Just arrived in Cape Town.
Nice that you in Cape Town. I need to go out there myself.
Probably towards the end.
Yeah, let me speed it up a little bit. Here we go.
Out. See what we got here, man.
Yeah, so this is for those that haven't been out the South Africa. You can see how nice it is. Just looking at that. I mean, look at that marble, counter and everything. That's dope, man. I like that whole setup.
It's about 2 p.m. here right now.
It looks like a
Kind of
hotel.
sucks because I'm only doing like 2 days here. Like,
Yeah, I definitely will stay there again for sure.
Really,
and,
man. How much did it? Well, I'm gonna ask you after we finish the video. Got to ask you how much was it per night?
yeah, bro. So yeah, that's it.
Hey, look at that, man.
Yes,
That's
sir. Yes,
nice.
sir.
Yeah. So how much was it per night of you staying there? I
I would
think we
say
lost.
it was like less about $50 a night.
Oh, really? Not. So we only spending $50 a night for a nice hotel room, something like that. You know, in the States, they're gonna run us relatively about about 110 a night at a hotel room, like at a Hyatt, depending on which city you're at. So, so that was actually a dope spot. I like that. You know what I mean? So, but since we're actually on South Africa, so what did you like best about being there in South Africa?
Sugar.
And so I think that we have a little delay here. Giving them a quick moment here.
All right, let me know when I'm good on your end.
Yep, look like you're good now. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, cool.
I can hear
So,
you good.
so you were staying out there for how many days were you staying out in South Africa?
Man, I did 8 days out there. I did
Nice,
eight
nice.
days out there. I wish I could do longer. I'm coming back. I'm going back though. I'm definitely going back.
Really, it was that nice because I
Sooner
saw
than
you in the
later.
group. Yeah, I saw you in the group. You were raving about it, how much you loved it. It was nice, the motherland. You was like, this is the spot to be at. You know, so what did you love the most about being there?
Man, I was the quality of living, man. They live in, they got some well built cities. The city, well, I went to three cities. The first two cities I went to, like, they're well planned. A lot of areas clean, nice malls, restaurants, people dressing really nice, driving nice cars. I was like, wow, I felt like I was in an American city, and that blew me instantly. And then the women are gorgeous, man.
Really?
The women are gorgeous, man. I'm gonna say.
Well, you know what? I gotta ask you since you brought up the women. So what made them so gorgeous? What made them nice? Is it because of the skin complexion, or what was it? What really stood out with the women?
I would say, you know, the, I mean, the varying skin complexions. I mean, the body. I mean, obviously the body. For me, the bodies. Um, just the way they. I mean, a lot of them wear natural hair. And you could really see a woman's true beauty when they don't have any, fake hair. Um,
Hold
Obviously,
up,
it's common down there.
bring those back. Bring those back. You said that they wore natural hair and they were looking good, weren't they?
Yeah, hair cut short like mine. And so you just I appreciated that, and then along with fit bodies, because just talking to women, and I've asked them, like, do y'all work out? And they was like, we really don't go to the gym like that because we don't really have to. And I mean, which is true, you know. Um, and I bring that up later, but well, I'm gonna bring it up now. Um, that's one big difference. You know, if Brazilians didn't go to the gym, they would look a lot different. But
Really?
these South African women not going to the gym, like they just got a natural build, you know. And then
You think it has something to do with the food that they're eating?
a lot. I mean, they got similar beauty to the to beautiful black women we have in the U.S. too. You know, so it's just it's just that they have a unique look. to a certain extent, just like Brazilians have a unique look, and I think it's attractive.
I saw some of the pictures that you were sharing. You had some bangers on there. I was like, "Oh, looking nice." Almost had me want to book a trip out there. you know, and I saw how nice long their hair were. Cause
Hey,
me, I love me some long hair, man. That's my like kryptonite right there. Long hair, especially jet black hair, man. I fall apart. So I'm like, yo, I don't know if you got anything you want to share with us or so, any pictures, anything like that. But yeah, you had some nice ones.
oh yeah, man. I wish I would have kind of gave you some stuff beforehand. You could just throw it up there, but
If not,
we have another opportunity to do a throwback Thursday or something.
yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, because I could definitely say, man, there was one girl that looked like just like an American girl out here in the Matrix, but you could tell that there was a little slight different in her that in her beauty, which was really nice. And I love the fact that she has some nice long hair, and I was just like, yo, that's some nice stuff that you're experiencing out there in Africa, man, South Africa, But well, for you, how did you pipeline as far as finding women out there?
I mean, pipelining. It was Tinder and Afro introductions. The funny thing is, one worked for one country and one worked for a different country. So, and for Afro introductions, South Africans really didn't use it like that. And but Ethiopians, they use Afro introductions more than Tinder. So on Tinder, I mean, it's not really a lot of Ethiopian women on Tinder, but South Africa had a lot on Tinder. So, and I'm gonna bring Brazil in too. So like, when I was searching in Brazil, Brazil was kind of the same way, Tinder heavy, but Brazilian Cupid or Latin American Cupid, they wasn't heavy. So what that kind of tells me is that people that use Tinder, because we use Tinder in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
people that use Tinder, they use it primarily to meet local people. They're not really looking for foreigners. That's why a lot of times when I used to talk to Brazilians, um, on Tinder, I mean, they'd be kind of surprised, like, why you all the way in my country trying to meet women? And so it's not like beyond Colombia where Tinder use Tinder for foreign men, but Brazil and
Yeah.
South Africa use Tinder for local men. So you more likely to have a more genuine experience interaction by meeting women in South Africa and Brazil on Tinder.
Okay. Okay. So basically, with Brazil using Tinder, would you say that's basically used more so for a quick pickup, or would that be for something serious compared to South Africa? And how is it with South
You
Africa
said
as well?
Tinder, Brazil versus.
Yeah. Yeah. Brazil versus South Africa.
I mean, you get a. I would say it's about the. I mean, I would say you get a lot of matches. I mean, I would say um, I got way more matches in South Africa than I would in Brazil. But both you will get a lot of matches on Tinder, if you swipe it in the right cities in Brazil. But I got way more. I think I had did what you call that, a super swipe or whatever it's called, and I woke up next day had like 300 matches. I'm like, man.
And that's in South Africa, right?
Yeah, that was South Africa, man.
Nice. So compared to, let's say, for example, Brazilian and South African, if you were to after going on a date with them or chilling with them, what are the similarities and what are some of the differences that you experience?
Uh, to be honest, I haven't did a lot of quote unquote dates in Brazil. I wouldn't necessarily call them dates because Brazilian women typically looked at the you meeting as just. I
Just
mean, it
chill.
was just pretty much quick, just chill. You know what I mean? Kissing, bam, bam, boom. They out. Talk to you later. The ones I hung out in. I had more I would say more organic interactions with South African women where they wanted to stay around, they wanted to be with me the whole time. Brazilian women, which some men probably don't mind. They just kind of like, all right, you know, they want to chill with you, but then like they got other stuff they got to do. So you know,
So it seems
but
like South Africa is more organic. They're more sincere with using Tinder as far as finding a mate. In so many words.
they're finding a mate. I mean, they talk to a lot. They talk to different men, just like Brazilian women talk to different men. So that just comes with online dating. They're gonna have a lot of people that they got in their phone. I mean, you might be the most interesting one at the moment, but I would say that the South African women are more likely wanted to be in a relationship than a Brazilian woman that just want to date. Some dudes just want to date. Some dudes don't want relationships, so that's why they might like Brazil.
Okay, nice, nice. So, in so many words, you had to kick them out in South Africa. You were like, "Yo, I got something I got to do. It's time to go."
Yeah, yeah. You definitely gotta be strategic, on that one.
That's nice, man. So far, so let's just sum it up. So, in so many words, that South African women, their bodies already naturally small compared to Brazilians. They don't have to work out compared to Brazilians. Brazilians, they spend more time working out. And so it kind of gives me that thinking that maybe it's the food or something that is out there in Brazil or even in Americas that is causing issues. Because I guess one of the things that I've noticed when I've actually talked to a couple people from Africa, and if you say such as diabetes, a lot of them don't even know what that is. Is that the same true case out there in South Africa? They're like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's the type of foods they eat, and access to food. So I mean, out in the U.S. we have access to food, and even people here in Ethiopia, for example, they was like, because I was like, y'all have a pretty slim culture, and they was like, well, we starting to see more people gaining more weight because they're starting to introduce more processed food. So processed food is like, really the game changer, you know. And South Africans, they really they eat more vegetables. They don't eat a lot of fried food because I'm looking for fried chicken all the time, fried fish. They don't eat a lot of fried food, so that's another
Really?
that's another thing.
So everything is more so baked than anything.
Yeah, more
Nice,
so
nice.
baked. I mean, they don't have a fried food culture in Brazil, but Brazilian, they portion size is so Brazilian give you a lot of food on the plate. They have the
Yeah.
largest portion size I've ever seen.
And it's good too, man. Oh man, I've been to Brazil. I'm like, yo, that's one thing I never forget. Not only, of course, the ladies, but it's the fact that the food is good. What I mean? I don't know what it is. It's because of the African, the
Yeah.
culture that's in the food or something like that. But it's really good. And is it the same way in South Africa? That you could definitely say that the spices and just the food itself, the texture, how it tastes, is really good. But
How you looking?
right, okay, there we go. You back. So I don't know if you heard my question or so.
Okay. Tell me it
There we
again.
go. Yeah. So I guess that my question was is that how's the flavor of the food that's out there in South Africa? Is it something would it compare to Brazilian food as well? Saying that it's like really good and you can just go crazy eating that food with no problems and you definitely will enjoy yourself, or how would you compare the two? Which one would be better, or they're on the same level, or what, or which one's worse?
Oh, yeah. No, Brazilian, I would say have better food. South Africa really doesn't have. I mean, they have traditional food, which is like, what tripe is?
No, are you talking about the fish tripe or
No, tripe is like basically like intestines of cow.
Oh no, no. Oh,
'Cause,
break
you know,
that down.
they eat tripe in Colombia too. I mean, pretty much is the intestines of an animal. So like whether it's pig or a cow or a goat, you know what I mean? I had a
Really?
bowl. Well, I was with somebody. They had a bowl of tripe, and it was like tasting. It smelled like a bowl of boo boo.
And probably flushed it out. I was saying
How
like,
dare you?
serve me that crap. You know what I mean? Like, really?
I'm like, man. So, you know, I really didn't get into. I mean, they really don't have like their own cuisine. You know what I mean? It's limited. So I would say Brazil definitely, you know, has a more robust and diverse cuisine than South Africa.
Okay, nice, nice. So, how's the nightlife in South Africa, and where you at in Cape Town?
South Africa is A1. I mean, every night I went out, you know, it was people there, you know, hookahs, drinks, people dressed up. You know what I mean? It was always like a live scene. You know, it was just really lively, man. I was just like, wow. You know what I mean? Like I just enjoyed just seeing, you know, black people eating. You know what I mean? They all, you know, obviously they all not eating like they all not eating. You got your classes, but you know what I
Mhm.
mean? I seen a lot of, you know, high class, middle class Africans, you know, eating, you know, kicking it nice, man. So it was beautiful.
Really? So, so basically, you see the high end restaurants over there. You see a lot of people eating good. So, how about like, for example, like lounges and clubs and things like that? Is that a good? Is it really nice to go out there as well to find women or have a good time, or did they mix the two together? Did they just have a restaurant and a lounge, or a restaurant and a club or so?
Yeah, a lot of them was like restaurant lounges. You know, they got like the VIP sections. Um, and yeah, most of the spots I went to was like a lounge, you know, like a lounge restaurant type vibe. You know, which is cool. And then like Johannesburg got more like clubs, like packed,
Really?
people. You know, you sweating. You know,
Wow,
so so that's Johannesburg a different vibe.
nice, nice. So they getting it in at the club and everything, you know, and showing out. Because I've seen some couple of videos and everything of women showing out, looking nice in their dresses out there in Africa, and even South Africa, and even Ghana, man. Yo, they be looking nice. Like when they go out, they don't be playing from what I've seen.
I got to check out Ghana, man. They got some nice ones, man. You
Yeah.
know,
See, that's where I want to go to because I know a couple of people out here in the States from Ghana, and for me, I like thin women, and most of the women are thin. They're like the type that I like. So I'm like, yo, I can't wait to go out there myself to see what it looked like and how they interact with people and so forth.
oh yeah,
So
man.
So, as far as safety with the nightlife, is it fairly safe in some of those areas that you go to, or did you feel safe, or did you feel a little ease of you gotta protect, watch yourself in those nightlife areas?
I mean, Cape Town, you kind of gotta. It's nice, but you kind of gotta watch your surroundings because they got riffraff, kind of in the mix as well with the nice stuff. When I went to Durban, like everything was nice. Like everything was nice in Durban, and that was like a sleeper city because a lot of people just talk about Cape Town and Johannesburg, but Durban was nice. I felt the safest in Durban. Um, Johannesburg a little rough, man. I think I had put on the group like I felt like I was in Camden, New Jersey at one point. You know, so it's a little rough, man. I mean, even the clubs, like it's more. You typically see more dudes than females.
Really?
Because women don't feel safe in Johannesburg because there's a lot of crime, rape, women getting their phones and purses snatched. So I mean, it's like Chicago. You see Chicago, a lot of women don't really like to go out, like they're afraid to go out. So you're gonna see more dudes than women in a lot of places. So that's kind of how Johannesburg was.
Okay, nice. So, how What U.S. city would you compare Durban with? Because you said that that city was really nice and so forth. So would it be like a Seattle, or would it be like a New York or Miami or Vegas or something?
No, Durban would be more like maybe like a Houston, Dallas. You know what I mean? Definitely on par with that. Or even like Phoenix, even like a Phoenix, just how like they got a lot of spots, nice spots, and people, hang out. So I would say like, like those type of cities I would compare it to.
Oh, nice, nice. And how did those women look compared to Johannesburg and all the other places you've been to?
I mean, it was hard to kind of see difference per region because, like, I was curious about big butts in South Africa, man, and a lot of people. Durban is like Zulu Nation, so that's supposedly where the more voluptuous women are. But I seen them curvy in Johannesburg, Cape Town, so I really couldn't say where I seen them more or better. Even they say Cape Town had like more lighter skinned women or more mulatto women,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't really see, which I really didn't see. But I just felt like I had the most love from women in Durban and even Johannesburg. Cape Town, it was it was rough. It was rough. Tinder was rough on Cape Town, man. I think I met like one person, to be honest, when I was in Cape Town.
Oh, I forgot to ask you this one question when we were talking about the women. Um, one of the big things that you said that you use Tinder, and that's how you're matching with the women, and you met up with them. So when they're with you, how do they treat you? Because we know how Brazilian women, how they will look after you, make sure that you're happy and you're good in their country, and they will, in so many words, serve you, as a man. Did you have that same feeling in South Africa as far as them serving you, making sure you're good? Pamper you and anything of that nature?
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, very, very respectful. Um, you know, cleaning up after you. Um, yeah, I would say definitely want to make sure you're safe. Always checking up on me. I got people still
Nice.
checking up on me. You good. You know, so um, so yeah, it's definitely it's definitely love, man. Like the love that a lot of us yearn for from our sisters in the U.S. Like I definitely felt that felt what we want to feel from the South African women, man. So that was like, man, you know, it made me love black women again. To be honest with you.
I love I'm dropping bombs on that one, man. To be able to hear that stuff, that just that you could go to the motherland and feel good. You could get what you're looking for. And just fall in love with black women because of we know what's been going on over here with the whole chaos situation with the women and the gender wars, and it's nice to see that you're able to still get all that stuff that we all yearn for out there in Africa in general. That is nice.
Yeah.
That trying to change your your mentality of the women and everything, because we know that in the UK a lot of the sisters, they even have the same first world mentality of being the way that they are. They're kind of like similar to the women in America. In so many
Oh
words.
yeah. Yeah, I think it had lots to do with it because I mean, I interviewed a couple ladies. I'm a post on my channel, but they have a lot of similarities. There's things that are trending towards Western culture, but you know, in African countries, men have the power. You know what I mean? So in UK and United States, men are at the bottom of the totem pole as far as like who running the country,
Yeah.
who who we viewed as powerless, so to speak. So we don't get that respect. But in Africa, the woman still got a fear of getting slapped for getting out of line. Not that dudes go around slapping women and things like that. But women will say like they have to watch some of the things they say because there's like I don't want to get slapped. You know
They,
what I mean? So
they ain't playing out there.
nah, So you could definitely feel like men run the country, women respect them, and and men respect women there as well too. Even though it's a lot of bad things that does happen to women, unfortunately, but overall they respect each other.
Okay. One thing that I'm thinking is the fact that it might be due to I think that with these westernized countries now, as I do a deep dive and think about things, is that fact that westernized countries give women the power due to because of capitalism, because they got the spending money. So it's like they catered it to them, which give them that sense of power, that they run everything. And that's kind of what I'm what I perceive of how the women here in the United States, in the UK, in Australia, reason why they act the way they act. What's your thought on that?
I mean, yeah, I mean more matriarchal power. Even in Ethiopia, a black country that's ran by men. Um, a lot of men defer to women. Um, women have that power here too, which I
Mm,
was surprising. That men, that the culture is like. But people even said like Ethiopia is more matriarchal. Um, even though the men take care of the women, you know, and so that's why you have a culture here where women. I won't get into those details, but it's things that women don't do that you see more in a Western society, and men, and we probably wouldn't tolerate that, not getting those needs met.
you
So,
know.
so yeah, man. So I've seen it. I've seen it in Ethiopia.
Okay, cool. Well, since you're down there, what's the whole COVID experience that you've been dealing with out there in South Africa? Do you have to walk around with mask as well, or is that such a big issue?
I mean, you have to have your mask, but I mean, you'll see people more lax. You'll see less people wearing them, not having them off. A lot of them think it's like BS. And I talk to a lot of them. They don't want to take the vaccine. They don't feel like they feel like they can survive it. Even in Ethiopia, there's like ain't no COVID here. You know, they're like this, they like this they're
Okay.
like the government just participating, man. So uh obviously obviously worldwide the cases in Africa are way lower, you know.
Yep.
Uh I have a theory behind that, but you know,
Yeah. I know what you
we
mean,
just
man.
got some good genes, man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because it's like, as I told people, I'm not sure if I even told people on here, for me, I caught COVID back in 2020 of March, and I was okay. I just felt a little, strange. I knew it was something that was different compared to, being sick, whatever. But it was like I went through. It was like nothing. You know what I mean? I may have been out for maybe a day or two. It felt like a flu in so many words, but a little bit, more intense. But I it's like I didn't have no issues. You know what I mean? So,
Oh,
but have you heard any restrictions of them restricting people from access coming into the country without the actual vaccine?
no, I mean, just South Africa. You just gotta have a negative COVID test within 72 hours of your departure flight, and that's pretty much it. Being vaccinated or not isn't a factor right now.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, because I just got my first shot yesterday, and I'm already feeling it. Yo, my arm feel like it's about to fall off. Like what the hell? Only took it only because I saw Ecuador and some other countries, even DR released a report saying that you got to have your actual inoculation card stating that you've been inoculated so you can go into certain areas. I'm like, what? What the hell's going on?
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So that's what prompted me. That I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and knock this out. Let me finally just knock this out, just so that I can, don't be restricted with me traveling, moving around, and so forth. So I don't know
Oh
if you
man,
see that floated around.
yeah. I wanna get into. I'm trying to find a post that I made, but I want to get into. I want to get into why I
Yep.
reached out to you, man, because Because a couple of people immediately ask me, what's the difference between South Africa versus Brazil? You know, and I wanted to kind of elaborate my thoughts on that. I'm trying to find a post real quick.
All right. Well, while you're finding that post, I want to give out these shouts out to the people that's in the chat here. First, hold on. Let me bring it back a little bit. First, let me say what up to Mardi Traveler. Been following for him. Gotta say what up to is Jay Clyde. What up, Jay Clyde? I definitely look forward to seeing you on the next show coming up really soon. And also gotta say what up to Captain Saber Ho. Life, but yo, what up? Thanks for joining in.
I see some colors I recognize, man.
Yeah, no, well, I know that this is a little different. I wasn't expecting to get too many people here to join the live since I usually don't come on this early, and I know that's pretty late out there for you. What time is it right now? Out there.
It's 8:37 right now.
Okay, no, not too bad.
No, that's not too bad, man. Let's see. All right, I think I got it up, man. I got a lot of comments on this one. So I had made a post basically saying, South Africa is killing Brazil, because I knew once I said that the floodgates was gonna open. Because when you bring up Brazil, something better than Brazil, people antennas is up, man. But I felt like South Africa is better than Brazil, Colombia, and DR as far as comfort, fun,
Really?
meeting women, and living. And I would say comfort as far as just like I felt like I was in a U.S. city when I was in Durban and Cape Town, and like the quality of housing, the infrastructure, the nice restaurants, the nice malls. I felt very comfortable. You know, um, this was probably this was probably the first trip where I actually got geared up for it, because I usually don't get geared up but I was like, I got to bring my A game here, they geared up.
So many words when you say comfort, that's more like security, safety. In so many words, you feel
no, not necessarily comfort. I'm just saying as far as like you feeling at home, as far as like the quality. Like if you used to going to the mall and seeing nice things, you used to going to like a lounge or club, and they got nice plush chairs and hookahs, and you rent an Airbnb and it feel like you in a nice 4 or 5 star hotel. That's what I mean by comfort.
I like that. Drop another bomb.
So, but I want to touch on some points only because my battery percentage is low, man, and so I got probably like 10 minutes left on my battery, man.
We'll wrap it up really quick.
So, I would say fun, the clubs. And the clubs, I just have fun. Even if you don't do clubs, you just like to go out to nice restaurants on a good vibe. It was fun. Obviously guys that love Brazil have fun too, but for me, I enjoyed the fun more because even the music, even the Afro music, I felt the natural connection to African music than I would to be Brazilian music. You know what I mean? I just felt, being black, you're gonna feel that natural connection to everything. You know what I mean? Whereas if you love Brazil, DR, Colombia, you get into their music because you get into their music, but it may not be a natural attraction. And then and I felt like if I brought a Colombian or a Brazilian to Africa, they would just they wouldn't even know what I'm feeling, versus if I brought a Afro Brazilian or Afro Colombian, which I feel like would more relate. So that it makes me look at Latin American different, because it's like I want to be able to. I would want to I would want to have a woman I could bring to Africa, and we both can relate. You know what I
Got the
mean? So
yeah. I feel
it
you
was
on that one.
just, I feel like it was just easy and living, you know. But I'm gonna read this kind of rebuttal somebody had posted on Facebook. Just
Oh,
and I kind of agree with him. You know, he mentioned that he worked and dated in South Africa for 3 years, and you know, he agreed with me in terms of comfort of living in South Africa was better than Brazil and more up to par with first world standards. And but he said, however, living and working and dating in Brazil, he said he found Brazilians better, more attractive, but he said that's personal preference. He felt like they were more fitting, more feminine, and overall more fun, you know. And he found his wife there. So you know, what I mean, some guys will basically agree that the quality of living is better in South Africa. You know, nobody probably would argue that, but they probably would debate the women, the female experience. But once again, that's going to be on you know, personal preference. Um,
exactly.
but, but you know, there's some fit women in Brazil, but there's a lot of fat, out of shape women in Brazil. You know,
Yeah.
way more. There's way more than South Africa. And then the last point, you know, people like to throw in AIDS. People try to make reasons why they don't want to visit South Africa, um, but Brazil is like number two in the world, or in the top three. You know, when it comes to like HIV cases and race like that, and some people feel like that the media tries to make South Africa look worse than what it really is. But
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, like
In
that's
general. That's just Africa in general. You know, they just try to make it seem like all of Africa is just infested with AIDS and everything like that, and that everybody living in huts and walking on dirt roads and everything, man. Man, I can't stand that.
I brought I brought HIV test kits with me. I brought like six, and I would say I used two. You know what I mean? And you know, it wasn't. Everything was fine. You know, so you know, guys missing out. You know, if they don't want to, check out South Africa, man. Like people don't want to see nothing better than what they used to, but you know, it always could be something be better. You know, so.
Yep. I agree, man. You know, but yo, man, I definitely like that. Do you have any more? Just in case. I don't want to cut you off or nothing because you're going on a good rant with everything that we like to hear about Africa. I just
Oh
want to.
man, no. If you have any follow up questions, man, I mean, I just feel like brothers should visit, South Africa if you can. Um, the flight from, I done flew from the United States to Rio. That's about a 9 hour flight. South Africa. If you could find a nonstop flight, I mean, it's going to be a long flight. But if you go to Brazil, like going to Africa, shouldn't really bother you like that. Um, if you want to live in another country, you're going to feel more. You're going to feel better living in South Africa than you will Brazil. The quality, the quality of like housing in Brazil overall, and I stayed in a lot of Airbnbs. Like is it's been bad. Like the water, like a lot of their water have smells. The water in South Africa is rated one of the best potable water in the world. Like you could drink from the sink and you could drink from the sink in South Africa. That's how good their water
Really?
is. So there's a lot of things that's killing all these Latin countries in South Africa. And they just as beautiful. You know what I mean? Like South African women can compete with Colombian women, Dominican women, Brazilian women. They can compete. Body, cute face. People want to make excuses with this weave stuff, man. But like I said, women in the U.S. wear weave most of the time. South African women switch up. They'll show you they'll show you their bald side and they'll show you their weave side. Whereas women in the U.S. they may not want to show you both sides, man. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it there, man. And
Oh,
if you got any follow up questions, man.
Yeah, so and so many. I was going to go down a quick little list and just see, which one has the edge. But since due to a limited amount of time that we have, so which one would you say is better in your own preference? Which one has the edge?
South Africa, man, hands down.
For the win.
Hands down, man. You don't even. I'll say this: you don't even have to pay for play in South Africa. You know what I mean? In Brazil, you got those options. You don't. You may not. You don't have to in Brazil either. But the fact that you could come here, not have to pay for play, and just organically meet women and have the interactions that you want, that is, it's nice, man. And that's the only thing.
Nice. Well, yo, man, thanks so much for joining in and giving us this your own perspective of what's going on, especially since you're out there in South Africa. I'm sorry, right now currently you're in Ethiopia, but that you had your experience in South Africa, and I think that's actually dope that you had a chance to at least meet with us right now. So I thank you so much, for even taking the time out to even do this, man. Because you could have been out there chilling, slanging your thing, and just enjoying life right now. But you took some time out to come meet with us. So I give you the what up. Thanks so much for that. But also, I want to tell you guys, don't forget to subscribe to my boy here, No Excuse Entertainment. Make sure you check him out. He got a lot of content on Africa. He's going through his daily vlogs and giving you guys, so much information what he's dealing with. So just make sure you check him out, subscribe. Don't forget to share his content as well, because he's another good brother doing his thing, man. So thanks so much for even coming on here, joining the show, man. Thanks, man.
I appreciate you, man. Definitely. We're gonna have to do a follow up, man, when I'm back in the U.S., man. And I got a good internet connection and everything, man. So.
Oh, man, there's no doubt, man. Hey, we understand, man, especially when you're in different countries, man. Some countries don't have that really good internet. So, you got to do what you got to do, It looks like you're probably in like a lobby area or whatever, restaurant. So I understand the situation,
Yeah, man.
I've done that too. So, but yo, thanks again. Thanks for being here with us, man. And this is your boy, the Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks for you guys for joining us. I'm going to be back later on tonight. So I'll be back with QB around 8 p.m. Central, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So, so we'll be back. So thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. And we're out.